Once upon a time, there was a professor of metaphysics, and at the same time, he had a brilliant batch of scholars to his class. The most brilliant of them was Kevin, and Lillian, the daughter of the professor, was also in the same class. He was the heart of the class. Kevin also liked her very much, but he knew it was like the desire of the moth for the star. She was too much for him. One day, the royal prince threw a party. Kevin had every desire to dance with her, but he knew she might not agree to it. She gave an excuse. She asked him to bring a red rose for her, but it was the coldest time of the year and everything was frozen. Even red roses were frozen, so he knew that it was not possible. He became thoughtful and sad. Eventually, a nightingale bird that lived right next to his window saw the matter, and similarly, a chameleon also saw it. The keeper of both, the old oak tree, also saw it, and the death moth also saw the sad boy. All of them felt sad for the boy.
They were astonished as to how little things decide people's moods, but they knew that it was winter and red roses did not grow in that part of the world.
The nightingale decided to help Kevin by finding him a red rose.
The moth and the bird found many plants but failed to find the desired rose. The bird asked the rose plant to give it a red rose, but the plant said it was a white rose plant, and nearby was another plant, and that plant may help the bird. The bird flew to the other plant, but even that plant said it could not produce a crimson rose, for it was a yellow rose plant. However, it suggested that right beneath the boy's window there is a red rose plant. The bird flew to that plant and asked for a red rose, in exchange of which it will sing the sweetest song on the planet. But that plant was frozen and could not produce any flowers. However, there was one way, but it did not want to tell the way. The only way was to infuse passion in the plant's veins. For that, on a full moon night, one has to press its chest to a thorn of that plant and sing the sweetest song. As the blood from the heart touches the plant's branches, passion will be infused and it will produce blossoms, and the blossom will bloom. The bird felt sad to hear that. It was in a dilemma, whether to sacrifice its life for the boy's love or just forget about it. Finally, it decided to produce the rose. It returned to its friends, the oak tree, the chameleon, and the neighboring plants. They all were sad about it. They knew that the bird will not change its mind, so they requested it to sing to them for the last time. It began to sing, and they were in tears. And now it was Saturday evening. The ball at the prince's palace was all set, and guests started coming. Lillian came with all her beauty and majesty embraced around her. But Kevin sat by the side of the window, feeling sad. The bird came near the frozen plant. The moon was rising. As told by the red rose plant, the bird pushed its chest to a thorn and started to sing. As the moon became brighter, its song became increasingly melodious and its blood started oozing out. Magically, the eyes on the plant melted, and on the topmost branch there appeared a pinkish blossom, and it started opening. When the blood stopped flowing, the music also stopped, and the rose was in full bloom, passionately crimson. The thorn broke and the bird fell on the ground with the thorn stuck deep onto its chest. Kevin noticed the rose. His heart leaped up. He hurriedly got ready, plucked the rose, and rushed to the Mairie Hall. He found the paragon of beauty and offered her the rose and requested her to dance with him. But she declined the offer to dance, saying,
I'm afraid this will not go with my dress.
"And besides, the prince himself has requested her to dance with him, and she will be obliged to do so." She very negligently threw the rose through the window and it fell on the road. Just then the princess's chariot appeared and accidentally the rose was crushed under its wheels.